Good morning. Welcome to Pinky Mom's Cakes, Cookies, and Candy. I'm Mary, and I hadn't planned on cooking today, but yesterday I laid out a package of hamburger meat and didn't cook it, so I knew I had to cook it today. So that's what I'm going to do. Just a plain old simple hamburger casserole. So I know it takes a few minutes for people to jump on, and you probably noticed I don't have my glasses on this morning, but the camera, my glasses had a glare on it, so I said I'll just take my glasses off. So that's why I don't have my glasses on. It's because I can see without my glasses. I can't read without my glasses, so I may have to put my glasses on to read your comments. But thank you, Luann and Wilma and Dale. Thank y'all for jumping on and here with me. Now, I'm using a pound of hamburger, and the reason I'm only using a pound is because that's what I had thawed out. So I said it was thawed out. When I put it in my skillet this morning, it still had some frozen pieces in it. So, but you can use a pound and a half of hamburger and make it more. This is not going to make a lot, a lot of meat in this casserole. Good morning, Stephanie and Wilma. I'm going to take my glasses off here in a few minutes because I don't want that glare. All right, I've already got my 1 pound of hamburger meat in here, and it's it wasn't the lean, the extra lean. It was that 80-20, which it has a lot of oil in it. So I cooked it just a few minutes so those frozen pieces would thaw out, and then I drained some of that off. Now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon. I'll show you what I'm adding. This is minced garlic. 1 teaspoon of minced garlic. And this is a half a cup. You can, whatever you do, a small onion or whatever, but this is a half a cup. This is a 3/4 cup. I didn't want to use my measuring cups that I measure my sugar and flour with, so these are some I don't hardly ever use. It's Tupperware. But this is about a half a cup of chopped onions. And I've got my burner on low. And I probably have drained most of the oil out already because I knew it was going to have a lot in it. So I'm going to go ahead and add my salt and pepper to it. I wouldn't normally put my salt and pepper in there until I drain most of my oil. But anyway, I'm going to put a teaspoon of salt. This is a half a teaspoon. I'm going to put a teaspoon of salt. And a half a teaspoon of pepper. Since I'm not going to drain it anymore because I don't think it's no more grease in it. I'm gonna cook it just a few minutes to kind of get the onions tender, and then because I'm going to cook it in the oven. I've got my oven on 350. And I've got my burner turned down on medium. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put my paprika in there too. Spice it up. I'm gonna put, let's see, paprika. How much did I say I'm gonna put in there? 3/4. I got 3/4 of smoked paprika, and this was a half, so I'm going to do about half again. Smoked paprika. That's smoked paprika. Get those spices in there. I kind of like my meat to cook in with my spices in with my meat, or however you want to say it. I'm going to get that kind of stirred up good. I used to always use a spoon when I was cooking, but I got used to using this spatula and it seemed like it's easier. So I can spread it out a little bit more. Okay. Okay, let me get my glasses on and see who else has joined me. There's Becky. Thank you, Becky, for joining me from South Dakota. And I see Linda, my sister's on there. And Bonnie and Isaiah and Diane. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I know this is kind of an off day. And it's not, a lot of people wasn't expecting me on. But I appreciate the ones that does get on. And two, I don't know why, but sometimes people don't get the notifications. I don't know. I'll tell you what I've been told. What it is, if you're not commenting or you're not watching regularly, then you don't get notified. Now I don't know how much that's true. Good morning, Judy and Priscilla and David and Lisa from Maryland. Thank you. And there's Shirley and Tanya Fletcher. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start adding this because this meat is done. And I'm going to start adding. Then I'm going to put, it says 3/4 a teaspoon. Now, I'm going by recipe, but I'm also adding a little extra. This is 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. But I think, let's see, yeah. That's a teaspoon, and I think what I wrote down was a 3/4 a teaspoon. On your spices and stuff like that, you kind of put it in there according to your taste. So if you don't, if I don't put it on there exactly what you think needs to be, just put what you like in it. Okay, now, and I'm going to put, let's see, garlic powder. I'm going to put some garlic powder. Let's see, garlic powder, again, is 3/4. This is a teaspoon, so I'm going to put 3/4, and that's garlic powder. I've already put minced garlic. And I put the salt and pepper. This is broth, beef broth, and I made it with the bouillon. I'm going to put, I've got a cup here made, but I'm probably not going to put all of it. I think I'm going to put about 1/2 cup. Yeah. 1/2 cup of beef broth. Just kind of to moisten that meat a little bit. Okay, now what else have I got here? I'm going to put a can of cream of chicken soup. Now, you can put cream of mushroom in it if you want to, instead of the cream of chicken. I'm not real fond of cream of mushroom. I do use it in some recipes, but I didn't want it in this. It just wasn't my taste for today, so I'm using cream of chicken instead of cream of mushroom. And I'm going to get that all mixed up. I got this burner on medium, but it's kind of low too. Get it all stirred up good before I add anything else. And I'm going to put, I opened a can of Rotel. The recipe that I seen didn't call for Rotel, but I'm going to add some to it. I'm actually going to use my slotted spoon, and I'm going to try not to get the juice in it. So, I may add the juice, but for right now, I don't want to get too much liquid in it. And matter of fact, well, I'm just going to go ahead and put it all in there. You know, when you don't use the whole can, then you got left over. You got to figure out what to do with it. So I'm gonna hold off on that juice a little bit. I may add it, and may not want it in there. I thought the tomatoes would add a little touch to it. Now I've already cooked me some pasta. I'm putting the panini pasta in it, but you can put any kind of pasta, egg noodles you want. I cooked 1.5 cups of raw pasta, panini. And I cooked that for 8 minutes. Now, I think it's like 9 minutes. So I've got that already cooked. And I got it set aside. Now, let's see here. I laid everything out hoping I wouldn't forget something. This is sour cream. And on the recipe, it said 3/4 a cup. I'm the one who put the 3/4 cup on there, but that's what I put on the recipe. But this is probably not but a 1/2 cup. It's all I had. I thought I had another container, but I didn't. So I'm adding what I got. And this is probably a 1/2 cup. I'll just add, when I write the recipe out for y'all, I'll just put a 1/2 cup. So y'all will know that's exactly what I use. But then y'all, if you want more, then y'all can add more. Let me get it off my spoon, all of it, since you know, there's several substitutes that you can use for sour cream, but I did not want, and mayonnaise is one of them. I did not want mayonnaise in this. So now I'm going to stir it around. I may be adding that juice, or that Rotel, because I don't want it to be dry. I'm going to get this a good stir. Get all that sour cream mixed up good before I add anything else. I was writing this recipe down and I put salt and pepper in. I put salt in this, but I forgot it has a lot of cheese in it. So hopefully it won't be too salty. Okay, I think I've got it pretty well mixed up. So I'm going to add my cooked pasta. Woo, that's heavy. And that, like I said, that's a 1.5 cups of raw pasta cooked. Yeah, I'm going to add it's not much. It's probably 1/4 cup of the Rotel juice. I'm going to go ahead and put it in here because I don't want it dry. Because I'm going to be putting this in the oven. And I'm gonna add a little bit more of my beef broth too, because it'll cook down in the oven. Okay, I think I got it pretty well stirred up. Let's see, I'm trying to think. I'm gonna go ahead and put the rest of that broth. I'll fix on the recipe. I'll put a whole cup of broth, chicken broth. Since it's going to cook some more in the oven, I did not want it to dry. Now I'm going to put, I'm going to put 1.5 cups of cheddar cheese. And I'm not measuring it. I'm just going to use my, that's probably a 1/2 cup. And that's probably a cup. About 1.5 cups. And again, this is what you want on it, and just stir it up. I don't know about y'all, but anybody with arthritis, it hurts your shoulder to stir. Good to see you, Lisa, this morning too, and Gina. I'm gonna get that cheese good and stirred up. Then I'm gonna put it in a 9 by 13-inch pan. And I did spray the pan because I just didn't know. It's stoneware that I'm cooking it in, so I really don't think I would have had to spray it, but I did. Okay, I think I got it pretty well mixed up. And so let me get some of this out of the way so I can finish doing what I need to do. Throw this away, get that out of my way. Okay, I don't know if you can see this or not. I'm turning my burner off. I'm gonna speed it back a little bit because I'm fixing to pour this casserole into here. And I'm gonna have to, I'll get a spoon now. I can't pick the skillet up. So I said when I started making this that you probably won't eat it all. Thank you for y'all going and checking on Tina's page that I mentioned the other day. She's such a sweet girl. And she shared our video after that day that I made her cornbread. I might be able to pick it up now. I'm going to see if I can pick it up. This is a big skillet. It's heavy. With by itself, it's heavy. Woo. See if I can get it all out. One thing about these skillets, they come clean when you're cooking. Okay. All right. Let me get all that out. I'm going to take it off my burner because I don't want it to keep on getting hot. Can y'all see? All right, I got this in here. And now I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to put, I'm going to put a little bit more cheddar cheese on top. Not much. That's probably a fourth of a cup. And then I'm going to crispy fried onions. I'm going to put a few of them on top. You know, this is what I use on my green bean casserole. So I'm going to put a few on top. Not an enormous amount. I'm not putting the whole can, but I just want a little bit. You just put whatever you want on it. And then I'm going to top it with Gouda cheese. I didn't have a block of Gouda to shred, so I had these slices, so I'm just going to put the slices on top. I think I'm going to slice it, cut it in pieces, so it won't be just completely covering it, because I want those onions to kind of get crispy. So, and this is optional. You can just use cheddar on top if you want to. But I'm putting some Gouda on top. And that's all. I'm not covering the whole dish. I need to wipe that off. Let me get a paper towel. You know, if you get your food on the side of your bowl, if you don't wipe it off, it will burn. See, it's not a full casserole, and I knew it wouldn't be with just 1 pound, but I'm going to put this in the oven. $350 and cook it for 25 minutes. Let me put my timer on. And that's, good morning, Michelle, Becky, Wilma, and James. Thank y'all for joining me this morning, for tuning in and watching me make this casserole. I'm probably gonna get off, but I'm gonna come back live and show you when I bring it out of the oven. I made just to taste it. I've never made this before. I just kind of made this up as I went, and that's one of the measurements I want for sure how much to put in, because you have to kind of judge how it is. I didn't want it to be dry, so and when I post the recipe, it will be after I take it out of the oven and take a picture of it. Then I will put the post the recipe, and all of y'all that wants the recipe, it will be on this page, Pinky Moss Cakes, Cookies, and Candy. And when you see the picture of the dish, then that recipe is actually, I post the picture first, but the recipe will actually show on top, if I'm not mistaken. So, morning, Patricia, and Veronica, and Daryl, Janice, Barbara. y'all are so sweet, and I appreciate y'all showing your support by jumping on and watching our videos. And I'll get back with y'all. Thank you for the stars. I'll be back. I'll be back about 30 minutes. I'll be back in about 30 minutes and show you the finished product and taste it. I have got some good recipes that I've been wanting to bake. I told Linda I did. But I have been looking for one ingredient that I cannot find. So I looked it up this morning to see what substitute I could use. And so I finally figured it out. And I've never seen anybody make it on camera before. So I will, not that they haven't, because you know, there's not too much you can make that somebody else hasn't already made. But I haven't personally seen anyone else make it. So, but that would be next week. I do know that my granddaughter, Shelly, the one that comes every summer to visit with me a week, she was going to be coming in July, and I'm looking forward to it so much. She has 4 foster children that will be coming with her, and she does an excellent job, but she is just worked to death. Bless her heart. She just got a heart of gold. She can't hardly think of kids being in the system and being mistreated. So, but they all want to be here. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to do some cookie decorations with them. We're going to try to do something with them to entertain them. I think that's the biggest part of the kids. They just need to be entertained. They need to have something to do to keep them structured. So anyway, looking forward to that, and I will be back in about 30 minutes, and I love every one of you. Thank y'all for joining me. Bye-bye.